Yes guys, and welcome back to another video. And yeah, it's kind of a dreaded video I didn't really want to make and didn't anticipate on making like a couple of months ago, from where Chelsea were looking so good after that win against Leeds. 7 wins in 9 in the Premier League, and now you look at it, 1 win in the last 6, and it's just not been good enough. And the question has to be asked: is Frank Lampard going to continue as Chelsea manager? And do I believe that Frank Lampard will succeed, or is it time to just part ways and move on? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about in this little mini pros and cons, is Frank Lampard going to succeed, is the fact that Frank Lampard never got carried away. He was never like a fan. After them winning against Leeds, I was saying, like, don't write us off, we can easily win this. The guy stood there, and fair play to him, he said, we're not going to win the league. He never would say that, but he kind of like suggested that we won't win the league because like you got to have time, and time is so crucial to this. It was never going to be easy for him, like, taking over after the transfer ban. But the guy, man, he got top 4, and we could have won an FA Cup final, to be fair, if that Anthony Taylor wasn't referee on the day. But yeah, like, Lampard, first season, came in top 4 Champions League and got us to an FA Cup final where we should have really won, to be honest with you. Obviously done well first season, but yeah, we're talking about now and this season. This season was the main season. But yeah, going back to the Leeds game, you got to say, the fans, like we were believing second season Frank Lampard can win us the Premier League. Like, we honestly, I said it, like my dad said it, we all said we could easily win the league. And after winning 7 out of 9, like, you can't blame us. We all thought happy days, like everything's going so well. And then we hit a spell where I said, Wolves and Everton 4 points, and we can prove that we can win the league. Because that spell, yeah, it was good, but we didn't really play anyone too big. We weren't winning the big games, and these 2 next away games were the big test. Like, you go to Wolves, really tough place to go. Go to Goodison Park, we all know our history there, it's not good. And we went there and we were so poor. Both them games, you watch the match reaction videos, you watch them, you know, like, we were so poor, and I was so angry at the tactic and the way we played. It just looked like we were never going to win the league. Like, teams, you go there, you get points, and that's what wins you the league. Like, them points, like, we could have got Wolves 1-1, 90th minute, and we're so naive to the fact that a point would be all right against Wolves, who are a top quality side, like, and we go and blow it. We went all out for the win, and we should never have done that. And then you go to Everton, rubbish, poor decision making, goalkeepers making error after error, like rushing out, making silly errors. And after them 2 games, the club was just on a downer after that. After them games, you never sat there and thought we're going to win the league. Like, 2 games ago, we were all on our high horses, not really thinking about the next 2, but Lampard was, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, Lampard knew that there were going to be ups and downs, and it was never going to be as straightforward as the fans thought, and that's credit to him. He knew that it wasn't going to be easy, but also, it's annoying because them 2 games we played so bad, and they're the games that have defined where we are now, in my opinion. Like, if we got 4 points from them 2, I feel like it would be still right up there. But because of them 2 poor performances, the players have, like, they lost confidence, especially like the way we lost, like last minute winner, a penalty, like fine margins, but they're the margins that win you the league. But them 2 games, I always allude back to the fact that Lampard said we were going to have ups and downs. There weren't always going to be nice moments. We're going to have moments where the players won't be like up to full potential and all of that. And like, Lampard knew that, so that's a big thing for Lampard. Like, he was never carried away like us fans. Like, he had his head screwed on, to be honest, where a lot of us, we expected, like, we're going to win the league, like, all of this, and he knew that that wasn't going to be the case. Right, okay, so obviously we've got to talk about the signings. How much we spent? 200 million in the summer, and obviously that's a lot of money. We all know Romans actually backed a manager, which he hasn't for the last couple of times, and it's not ended well. But he backed Lampard. He said, look, you got us top 4, you got us to an FA Cup final brilliantly, overachieved, everything. And that right there kind of set the bar high for Lampard after such a good first season. And obviously Roman's backed him, and it really hasn't paid off, has it, to be honest with you? A few players have. Chilwell and Thiago Silva have been massive additions to the defence, but my opinion, Mendy is not the answer. Kai Havertz doesn't really suit the Premier League, and but you still got to give him time. You don't get 30 goals and assists in a league and not be a good player and cost 75 million. Werner, he started well, but he's kind of faded and lost all confidence. And yeah, the signings really haven't helped Lampard, have they? Let's be real. Like, we've been better defensively, but lately we've been poor, like, in both aspects, to be honest. Is that down to the manager? Like, is that down to Frank Lampard? Like, not, well, his job is to coach the players and get them up to scratch and, like, picking them because they deserve it. And they really haven't set the bar high. Like, Roy Keane said it yesterday, have Chelsea improved from last year? No, not really. We don't look any different, and we spent 200 million, and that's a big reason why some fans don't believe in Lampard, because you spend that amount of money, 200 million, a bloody lot of money compared to other teams, and you spend it and you think you're going to get success, but a lot of fans don't believe that amount of money has, like, helped Lampard in it. Well, it hasn't, has it? Let's be real. He hasn't really improved the team. We still look a bit shaky at the back, even though we are a little bit better. But going forward, 75 for Havertz? He hasn't really played, has he? Like, and I know everyone says you've got to give the players time, and I understand that. But from Lampard's point of view, is he doing enough to get them players where they should be? I know it's going to take time. Like, I keep saying it's going to take time. I know I keep repeating myself, but that's what he keeps saying, and that's the big question you ask yourself. After, like, I don't know, like 2-3 years, will we see an improvement? And right now, you have to say we're not improving as a team, and that's a worry. And that's one of the reasons why fans don't believe in Lampard. And I'm not going to sit here and slag off Frank Lampard, because I don't think he deserves it at all, to be honest with you. But is he getting the best out of the signings? That's what I'm trying to ask. And at the moment, he's not, is he? We're not seeing the Timo Werner of RB Leipzig. I know it's a different league, it's all of that, but they should be coming in and they should be doing better than they are. That's my opinion. But yeah, signings for Frank Lampard haven't been the greatest in terms of man management. And yeah, the question is, will they improve? That's what I'm trying to ask, and I'm not sure. So overall, we spoke about how the bar was set so high after a really good first season. Have the signings improved us as a team? And right now they haven't. But, well, apart from a few, which is Chilwell and Thiago Silva, the others, and Ziyech probably, but the others haven't really come into the club. And is that down to Lampard? I don't know. I can't sit there and say, like, a defined answer, because he needs time. So the last thing for this video, like the pros and cons, will Lampard succeed and all of that, is, does he know his starting 11? Has he really thought and, like, sat there and decided this is the 11 I want and this is where I want to be? Like, you look at Klopp, he knows his starting 11. Everyone knows Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, Joe Gomez. Like, they know their team. Like Salah, Firmino, Mane. Like, you know Liverpool's team. But do you know Lampard's team? And, like, do you know what he wants to pick? Because it seems to be, like, I know we've had injuries, don't get me wrong. Does he want to play Werner on the left? Does he want to play Werner up front? We don't really know. And I don't think you can build success off not knowing your best 11, and that is a worry. Like, I know we've had injuries. We have had injuries that have affected that, but does he know like who he wants to play? Does he want to play Kante in the DM? Does he want to play Mount? Does he like, you know what I mean? Like, are these players knowing where they should be? Do they know like they should be? Oh man, you're playing left centre mid, or like Kante, you're playing as the holder. Do they all know that? Like, it seems to change a lot, and I don't think you could build success off that. So unless Lampard really knows his starting 11, I don't think it's going to succeed. That's my opinion. Like, he spent a lot of money. Like, where does Havertz fit in? Like, you spend all that money, the board aren't going to be happy if Havertz sitting on the bench every week, are they? Let's be real. But he's got to know his starting 11, and at this moment in time, I don't think he knows his best starting 11. Like, all the fans, they love Pulisic, Ziyech and Werner, but clearly against Man City that wasn't really the best plan, especially as we were trying to play at them rather than sitting behind and encountering them, which we should have done, and I'll speak about that in a minute. But yeah, I've got to ask the question, does Lampard know his starting 11? And I don't think he does after spending all that much amount of money. So the last subject I want to talk about is the fact that I don't know if Lampard's using the right tactics for different games. I don't think he's changing it up. You've got to be very versatile. And we have players that are versatile, but is he using the right tactics? More like game management tactics rather than like the team and like how we set up. Because I feel like you should, if you want to be the best, you should set up in a one way, but be versatile. Like, stick with the same level. Like Klopp, like Liverpool, I know I keep referring to it, but they stick to what they feel that's going to be the best, but they change it in game. Like, they don't always stick to the same thing. And at the moment, I think Lampard's trying to be too stubborn. Stubborn's probably the best word. Like, he's trying to stick to one thing, and are we at that level to be able to? And I don't think we are. You've got to be versatile. You've got to respect that Man City are a better team than us. And it goes back to the point, it's going to take time. But is Lampard getting his tactics right? I'm not sure. Like, if you've watched all the match reaction videos and all that stuff on the channel, I always question, is he getting the tactics right? Like, just for instance, like yesterday, we should never have tried to go toe for toe with Man City. You probably heard me say that about a million times, but he should be sitting in and like digging in and trying to hit them like how we won we beat them last year. We dug in, we sat deep, and we hit them. And we didn't do that. We tried to outplay them, and they got round us. Pep Guardiola, one of the best managers in the world, outsmarted us, and that's one of the reasons why we lost yesterday. And I have to question, but will that come with time? It's another thing. Will Lampard be able to pick up them tactics over time? And I don't know, because I sit here and I know, like, I can see that it's wrong. Like, everyone can see it's wrong. Like, it just doesn't take a genius to work out that the tactics weren't great. And they haven't been great the last couple of games. And that's probably one of the reasons why they're losing. He's trying to be too stubborn in one way of playing, and it's not working out. And it's a big question to ask. Will Lampard ever find them tactics? Will he ever find the unstubbornness to be able to sit there and like reevaluate? Because he was doing that last year. You look back to last year, we were changing 5 at the back, 4 at the back, 5 at the back, 4 at the back. Like, we know we weren't good defensively, but the signings he's brought in defensively, it's almost like he feels he has to play 4 at the back, and he shouldn't have to feel that. You could have played 5 at the back yesterday and just sat. No one cares if like we proper play shit house, excuse my language, but sit right deep and like trying to hit them. Like, no one cares. Like, if you get the results, you get the results. Like, that's my opinion. It's results business, as I always say. But does Lampard know his tactics? And I'm not sure. But will he find them? Who knows? Like, you got to know. Every game's different. I don't want to rant and sit here, but Wolves to Everton, Villa to Arsenal, they're all different games. They all play different ways, and we should be combating that in different ways. We shouldn't be taking the same approach. Oh, let's pass it to Riggs James and Ben Chilwell or Dave and cross it in like every game. It should be different. Like, we should be against Man City, sit back. Maybe against West Ham or Aston Villa, go for them because they're not as good. But Like, it will he get out of this stubbornness act and like change it and accept that we're not as good as we should right now, and like we can change. We don't have to stay 4-3-3 all the time. So this is the point of the video that you've been waiting for. I've muffled and waffled and all my thoughts and like my pros and cons of Lampard. And I believe Frank Lampard deserves time. I'm going to put it out there. He deserves, not until the end of the season at least, to see where we are as a football club. If we get top 4, maybe you could, like, yeah, we haven't gone forward, but we haven't gone backwards, and we're just sticking in there. Give them the players time, give Werner Havertz time, and yeah, let's see where they are from there. But yeah, I believe he deserves a little bit more time. I'm never going to be Lampard out, and he could easily turn around. We know the Premier League, like you look at Arsenal, Southampton, they've had spells where they've looked rubbish, but they've picked up wins recently, and like they're a completely different team. Will Lampard be able to change and just not be so stubborn? That's the thing I asked. Like, can he change, be versatile, different games, different teams? Like, that's the main thing. Like, play different. Don't be stubborn, Lampard. Don't be stubborn unless you're the best team in the world. Like Klopp, I can understand. They're the best team in the world. They can play how they want, and other teams have to try and counter that. But we right now aren't the best. We're not. We're probably 6th best right now, and we shouldn't be stubborn. We should be changing for different games. But yeah, that's been my fault. I'm not gonna sit here and say Lampard out at all. Like, the guy deserves a bit more time after what he done last season, and yeah, let's hope that he can bring success as well. But yeah, that's been my thoughts on Lampard. Videos will be, match reaction for Morecambe will be out on Sunday, 1:30 kickoff for that one. So yeah, that'll be out Sunday evening. But yeah, I'm gonna hopefully Chelsea get a good rest and can come back fighting, and after a poor spell, get back to winning ways on the Sunday, and yeah, put all this behind us. We're gonna have ups and downs, but let's get back to the Chelsea we know and love, and let's back Frank Lampard and keep him in the job at least to the end of the season. See you later.